This is anime's most overprepared idiot, and his name is Seiya. He's not an idiot because he is dumb. He is an idiot because he takes the word cautious to a level scientists have not discovered yet. He is from an anime called Cautious Hero. The hero is overpowered but overly cautious. And it is basically a full-on parody of every isekai, where the hero is overpowered for no reason. It all begins with a goddess named Ristarte. She must summon a hero to save a world called Gae Brande, which is on the verge of destruction. This world is classified as S-rank difficulty, which basically means nightmare mode. Ristarte is panicking, looking through potential heroes like it is some divine version of Tinder, until she finds Seiya. His stats are off the chart, but his profile says that he is overly cautious. Ristarte, being desperate, just goes, how bad can it be? From the moment he's summoned, Seiya's caution shows that it is not just a personality trait, it is a medical condition. He starts doing push-ups, sit-ups, and lifting weights non-stop inside Ristarte's house. The anime plays it like a serious training montage while Ristarte slowly loses her sanity. She keeps bringing him food and yelling, "You cannot level up here!" But he proves her wrong by leveling up even without leaving God's realm. He basically broke the tutorial by working out in the lobby. After weeks of absurd training that drives Ristarte insane, they finally go to Gae Brande. You would expect Seiya to be confident by now, but of course, he is not. Ristarte tries to increase his confidence by letting him fight a weak slime. What if it is pretending to be weak and then proceeds to cast his strongest spell? The explosion is so massive that it could be seen from orbit. And just to make sure that the slime is dead, he does it again and again. Ristarte's reaction is priceless. Her facial expression is pure panic and disbelief. Even though she is a goddess, she looks like she is questioning every life choice that led her to this moment. Of course, his caution backfires sometimes. The massive explosions he used on the slime alert a demon general, a boss level enemy who appears just to see who is throwing around nuclear level magic. They run away like they just broke something expensive in a museum. This moment marks a turning point, the point where Seiya's paranoia begins shaping the entire story. It is one of the most iconic scenes in the anime because it perfectly shows how his cautiousness can be both a strength and a flaw. Sometimes he saves everyone because of his paranoia. Other times, like with this slime, it makes everything worse. You can never predict if his caution will save the day or ruin it, and that unpredictability makes every scene hilarious. Later, when they face the same demon general again, we see how Seiya's so-called coward time has actually been preparation time. He trains, creates poison resistance, set up magic barriers, and makes god-level strategies. When the battle finally happens, he wins completely. It is like watching Batman if Batman refused to leave the Batcave until he had 47 backup plans and 12 escape routes, which, to be fair, is actually Batman. As the story continues, we learn that even Seiya's stats are treated like a secret. There is a scene where Ristarte tries to scan Seiya's stats to see how strong he has become, and instead of numbers, the screen just says, "No looking." This is when you realize even his stats are classified. He does not even trust his own goddess. And when she asks him why, his explanation somehow makes perfect sense. And this is what he said.
I figured if you had the ability to scan me, then any enemies might be able to do the same, so I made sure to gain that skill before any others.
So you had it from the start? I get keeping your true level away from baddies, but don't you think you could have at least told me? I mean, I am your partner after all, right?
Even if you kept your big mouth shut, there could be a brain monster. One peek into your head and we'd be screwed.
Oh no, a brain monster! That sounds really scary! But I know that you would protect me!
You're supposed to be a goddess, aren't you immortal? You don't need protection.
As the story moves forward, we meet other gods in the divine realm, like Valkyrie, the goddess of war. When Seiya faces an enemy he cannot defeat, he lures it into the god's realm and drags it straight to Valkyrie. She vaporizes the enemy instantly. It is both the dumbest and smartest plan ever, and somehow it works perfectly. Even though Seiya is cautious about absolutely everything, he is not cautious around the gods themselves. He trusts Valkyrie without hesitation. It is weird when you think about it. He is terrified of weak monsters but completely fine standing next to literal gods. It shows that while he is overly cautious, he is not perfectly cautious. He still has his limits and biases, which makes him more human. Meanwhile, Restarte's relationship with Seiya begins to evolve. She is not just a comic sidekick, she starts as a goddess who does not really care about him. She wants him to save the world so she can finish her job. But the longer they work together, the more she grows attached to him. She starts annoyed, then becomes concerned and eventually truly cares about him. By the end, she understands him. She sees that his cautiousness is not just what he was born with, but it is the result of pain. The show slowly hints that something happened to Seiya in his past life that made him this way. Maybe he failed to protect someone. Maybe something terrible happened. The anime never says it directly, but it gives you just enough to understand that his fear of failure is the reason why he is so cautious. This deeper layer completely restructures the comedy. What once seemed like over-the-top paranoia now feels like PTSD. This is what makes Cautious Hero so interesting. On the surface, it is a comedy, but underneath, it is a tragedy. You realize that Seiya is not naturally cautious. He became this way because he cannot stand the thought of losing again. It is funny when he nukes a slime 10 times, but when you realize why he is like this, the comedy suddenly transforms into sadness. Compared to the big, popular isekai, this show is smaller and less well known. But compared to the dozens of forgettable isekai that come out every single year, Cautious Hero stands out. It understands what it wants to be: a parody, a comedy and an emotional story all at once. In the end, that is why Seiya is anime's most overprepared idiot. He's always ready for a fight, even if the fight does not exist yet, and he will gladly blow up an entire field just to kill a slime. If you want an anime that is funny, clever and surprisingly emotional, Cautious Hero is worth watching. If you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend you to watch this video next. Thanks for watching and stay tuned, my friends.